Isn't she cute? Guys, I have never been more excited to do a video than I am today. Just a year ago, I was you. I was clicking into all these videos about how to grow on YouTube, and it was the same shit every single time, and it was driving me absolutely bonkers. And to be honest with you, now that I've grown, I know a lot of those videos are just generic, and to be honest with you, cap. It's giving cap. I would click into all these videos and they're like,
be consistent. Make sure you reply to the comments.
No shit, obviously, but there's so much more that's left out. So I'm excited to give you what I believe to be, in my humble opinion, the real tea on how to actually grow today on YouTube. Now, if you're new here, quick introduction, my name is Bria. It's so good to meet you if you're new. If you're not, welcome back, bestie. 365 days ago, I was sitting at about 10,000 subscribers. So in 365 days, I have grown 201.8 thousand subscribers. Fuck. I honestly get emotional, and I'm gonna tell you why, and I hope you don't skip through this part because it's important. So a year ago, I was really down about how much work I had been putting in my YouTube channel and not really seeing the growth. I remember having a conversation with myself, Bria, at what point are we just going to accept this isn't for us? And that makes me honestly so emotional. I don't wanna cry, but like, if I had stuck with that idea just a few months away from that breakthrough that I was hoping for, I would have missed out on all of this. You can't give up on yourself. You can't give up on yourself, okay? You never know just how close you are to that break that you've been praying for and waiting for. And it terrifies me to think if I would have given up, whew, it really makes me feel some kind of way, I'm not gonna lie. Last year, my goal was to hit 100K, and we did that. Twice. For me, it's like you need to get clear on your goals. You need to set an objective, and we'll get to that point in a second. But I said, yeah, 100,000 subscribers, that's what I want to do in 2022. I remember telling some people that and them being like, okay. It took you 4 years to get to 10K. You really think you could do 100K? And yeah, we did twice that. Let's go. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm literally that case study of a regular schmegular girl who had no fucking clout and created this entire brand. And because I stuck with it, sure, the subscribers are cool and I love you guys to pieces, but outside of that, there's so much more to being a YouTuber, having a YouTube channel, and so many opportunities that come with that. The community is one of the best parts about it, but you will also get opportunities, brand deals, connections that you've never had before, and it's insane. I couldn't have fathomed any of this, to be honest. I just got inducted into YouTube's Black Voices creator class for 2023. Bestie B, absolutely insane, you guys. Just to think, I almost messed it up for myself last year by thinking that I should give up. I hope that motivates you. I just wanted to share that story before we jump into all the tips I'm gonna give you today, but you gotta be your biggest hype person, okay? Outside of me, because I'm rooting for you too. I wanted to start with this. Tip number one, I want you to think like you've never thought before. Being a YouTuber requires a level of delusion. And you guys know I'm obsessed with delusion. Delusion is literally my brand because I've romanticized it. My podcast is called Delusional Diaries because at the root of all these crazy success stories that I've had recently, it took me being a little bit crazy. And it took me seeing myself, picturing myself, visualizing myself in a position that I've never seen myself in before. You have to create the image here before you do it. And once you have the image here of what does YouTuber you look like, what do you dress like, what do you talk about, what does your schedule look like, because that's important too, then you can start to show up like the version of yourself you want to be. On my channel, if you're new, we talk about a lot of mindset stuff and how important it is to create the reality that you want. You could say it's a woo-woo or whatever, but the results don't lie, okay? This apartment that I have, this plaque that I have, everything that I've achieved and been blessed with was here before it was anywhere. So if you're not seeing it first, that's your first mistake. And get clear on what it is you want. Don't just say, I want to be a YouTuber. Not enough. What does being a YouTuber mean to you? Define that, write that down on paper, and then be it. It's one thing to just write it all down, but if you don't show up as that YouTuber, then, you know, means nothing. So on that note, moving into kind of showing up as a YouTuber you want to be, okay? I'm all about action. So once you have a plan for where you want to be, I don't want to put too much emphasis on numbers because I do think that sometimes can take away from how you create content, but it's okay if you want to make a general goal. For example, if you want to have 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 or whatever it is, write that down, but I wouldn't put too much emphasis on it. I would use it to measure your actions. And what I mean by that is, so say you want to have 1 million subscribers, right? Then ask yourself, well, what does someone with 1 million subscribers do on a Monday or on a Tuesday? That's what I want you to use the numbers for. I don't want you to be like fixated on the number in terms of like, if I don't get here, it means I'm a piece of shit. I want you to use it as a place to shoot and aim. Don't get fixated on the numbers. What you should fixate on is your content and developing the kind of content you want to give to people. So if you haven't already, I know everyone's always like, find your niche, find your niche. Niche is great, but I think I have an unpopular opinion here. And I've literally gotten into arguments with people in the industry because I don't feel like a niche is important. What I feel is important is your authenticity and that it's obvious that you love what you're talking about. That's what I think is important and sustainable. 2022, I was so down about my own content, like, oh, I'm not gonna grow. And I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make the content I wanna make. I don't care, they're not watching my videos anyways. Why am I sitting here trying to make videos for Casper the Friendly Ghost? No one's watching my videos. So I was like, the one thing I'm gonna do for myself is I'm gonna make videos I wanna make. And the second I started to do that, my videos started to pick up. I have no proof about this, but I feel like me letting go of trying to please all these strangers and just focusing on what does Bria want, it just created an energy and a vibe that really attracted people because I could show up more as Bria. People don't necessarily need to follow you for one thing. I don't think you're a niche. You're a fucking person. You're a human. And the thing about niche content that I disagree with is that it boxes you in. And when you decide you're not that person anymore, that audience is not loyal to you and they just leave you. Like for me, I started out with just fashion. So when the pandemic happened and my mental health was suffering and I wanted to talk about it, people were like, fuck this girl, link the dress. You're on antidepressants? Could you link the shoes? It's dehumanizing, Jesus. And I was like, I will never do that to myself again. I don't care if that means I'm gonna have 2 fucking views on a video, as long as those 2 views are like my ride or dies, they're so excited about what I'm saying, that is enough for me. I wanna focus on building a community that is here for Bria, not Bria's outfits. Show up as you and make content that makes you happy. It's okay to narrow it down, but be careful about boxing yourself in. One tip that I would say really helps, more so in the beginning, is making valuable content, which I know people say this all the time, like you have to offer something. That's just like the bait though. But you wanna actually hook them with who you are. Look up what people are searching for. What do people need help with? What do people need answers with? You can use trending topics as content ideas. Don't discredit that. So right now I'm making this video in December. People are probably searching for gift guides, holiday outfits, holiday recipes. You could go and you could see what are people's needs and then figure out how to tie that into who you are and what you do and your personality. So on the note of making content that people are looking for, also make sure that it's searchable. Have keywords that people are literally typing in so they can find you. In the beginning, this is what's gonna be really helpful for growth. I always say like vlog channels are amazing, I love them, but I think the growth is harder for most vloggers because in the beginning, vlogs are a little more random. There's no pain point with your vlogs. Now, if you wanna get creative, you could make your vlogs SEO friendly and searchable and use keywords, okay? Like if we go back to the Christmas example and I'm like, a vlog of me doing Christmas recipes recipes, easy Christmas recipes. So now I have the keywords in there, but also I have the vlog portion too. So if you can just figure out any way to do that, it doesn't have to always be like a tutorial format. It could be just you adding keywords to your description, and people will more than likely be able to find you a lot easier. You can also just use the search bar in YouTube and type in like the topic that you want to go for, like Christmas recipes, and see what comes up automatically, like what populates. You'll see like easy Christmas recipes. Use the keywords and just do a little research before then so that you can figure out the best bang for your buck when you title these videos. So for example, I have an upcoming video on gift guides that I'm gonna be releasing soon, and I know that that's a trending topic, but while I'm at it, I can also show people who Bria is, because you never know, people are searching for new things, but then they're like, wait, I actually like this girl, she's pretty chill, wouldn't mind seeing her other videos, and they might stay for a little longer. And you definitely don't have to be something that you're not. There is an audience for you, and I'm just gonna remind you of that. Show up as yourself, show your personality, and the right people are going to be so thankful that you did, and they're gonna stick around. Consistency is definitely hyped up. I started being consistent with posting my videos in 2021. That's when I had a talk with myself, and I was like, okay, what we are gonna do is post once a week, no matter what. That's 53 videos. I don't care how I have to pump them out. I'm not gonna sleep on myself with this. I was able to stick to that, but that year was really hard for me because nobody was watching my videos. So I'm making videos every week. I mean, sometimes you just want like more than 100 views, right? So it was really hard for me, and I feel like part of me at that time would feel embarrassed because I'm like, why am I doing this, you know? And I would doubt myself a lot, and it's like the only person hyping me up is my mom. I just felt really lame, and I shouldn't have, because I think that time, inconsistency, this is where I'm gonna give you a little more than what people usually say, because a lot of people say be consistent, but they don't say why it's important to be consistent, and it pisses me off. You want to be consistent because this is the time for you to develop your skills and your craft. If you're editing your videos, you're gonna get really good in a year. Even just in terms of like being a content creator and your strategy and how you show up, all of that is gonna be so much better every single time you post. I wish I would have just valued the time I had when my channel was growing slower, because that time was so special and important to developing me into the creator you guys see today. Be thankful for the quiet, because as long as you're consistent, it's gonna pop off for you. And when it does, you're gonna be able to sustain it. Because a lot of times what happens in this day, you see people blowing up overnight, but they can't sustain it. So they're posting like irregularly, they can't keep a schedule. Their content, to be quite honest, is crap because they don't have the resources or tools in place to sustain a channel yet, because they got quick growth. It's easy to go viral, you guys. It's much harder to sustain it. Anybody could go viral overnight. I'm so serious. Don't think that that's special. And I never wish for virality now, because I know that's not where the real reward is. I would take slower growth any day, because I feel like it just allows me to really harness my craft and bring in the people who really truly care about me and aren't just here for like a viral moment with me. So I definitely think one of the secret weapons I had this year was short form video. Those of you that don't know me that well, TikTok is actually my biggest platform. I've been doing that since the app changed from Musical.ly to TikTok. So when YouTube Shorts came out, I was like, cool, I can do that. I did start posting consistently to shorts, and I know a lot of you found me through my shorts, and what I could see, at least on the back end of YouTube, is that I would have a shorts video go viral, and then these people would want to see more content from me. So then all of my long form videos started to go viral. Right now is the best time to be posting YouTube shorts. Do you hear me? I'm giving you the keys, okay? When an app comes out with a new feature, just in case you didn't know this, if you want to grow, you have to use that new feature. And Shorts is that new feature. And they're going to promote people who are using it because they want to beat their competitors, Instagram Reels and TikTok. So you become an ally to them when you use the features that they want you to use. It's just common sense, you guys. When you want to grow on a platform, you have to think, well, what does the platform want right now? Be logical about that, because as much as I love all of these platforms, they want something from us too, and you need to think about that. and see how can you please the platform, because they will then elevate you. Is it fair? No, okay? It's not fair, because I had videos on my channel that sat at 200 views for over a year, and all of a sudden those videos are in the millions now because I just started to please the algorithm. You gotta shake some ass for the algorithm. We need some merch that says shake that ass for the algorithm, because that's what I had to do. Kiss some ass. I wanna say I posted like once a day with YouTube Shorts, and that's because I'm already making it on several other platforms, so it's not anything new for me to create. I already do it. But if you're not doing it, it doesn't have to be every day, but I would definitely try to implement it in your posting schedule a few times a week. You can schedule them out, so I would sit down on a Sunday and just book my shorts out for the week, title them. I added 3 hashtags to each one, and I tried to make them as searchable as possible. Again, you never know how things populate with shorts. I don't know when you're watching this, but in February of 2023, they will start to monetize shorts, which I think is gonna be really huge. The only thing about that is I think it's gonna become more competitive because more people will use it knowing they can make money now. So if you're seeing this before February, get on it now. I'm telling you, get your video scheduled out, because as soon as they announce that, which they have, it's gonna be harder and you won't see as many views from it, but it's still a good time regardless. It's a good time to get involved with it. Another thing I wanted to mention here is that you can't make excuses. There are literally millions of reasons why you probably will have a difficult time being a YouTuber, but there's also a million reasons why you could be a YouTuber. So what are you gonna choose? Cup half full or cup half empty? What are you gonna focus on? Focus on the good and what you can control. Here's the thing, I needed to hear this sometimes. You don't need the best camera. You don't need the best editors in the industry. You just need to be consistent and be yourself, and that's enough. I have friends that shoot on their iPhones, totally fine, and they're doing great and they're growing because they show up, and that's the most important piece. So don't think about all this, what camera do you use? I don't have this editing software. Best you figure it out, and I promise you it will work out. Just don't let those excuses get in your way. One thing I think also helped was adding a playlist to my end cards. So at the end of each video, you know, you have the option to put a video that they could watch next. What I would do is add a playlist, because now you have an option to watch several of your videos versus just one video. Why is that important? Because watch time. YouTube is measuring your watch time, and if they see that somebody stuck around for 3 or 4 of your videos versus just one, they're gonna push your content more. Like, oh, this person really likes this creator. Maybe we should push them out more, or maybe we should suggest them more. It's true. So have a playlist instead of one video. I think that does make a huge difference. I will get so many messages where people are like, I'm binging your channel right now. I just binged your videos. This is amazing. I love you. And it's like, you guys are amazing. Thank you for that watch time. But I know too that I set them up so that they could do that easily. Not like in a sneaky way, just in a way where it's like, hey, if you watch this video, I know you'll like these ones too, so let me help you. Make it easy for the people who visit your channel to stay for a while. Make it easy for them to subscribe. Make it easy for them to find more similar content, because they obviously clicked for a reason, right? Last, I will say, super generic, but a little more to it. Engaging with your community is really important, but I wanted to say what I think YouTube is prioritizing now, because I heard through a little birdie that you have to go live. Go live, stream as much as you possibly can, but I think moving forward into 2023 and beyond, live streaming is about to take a very front and center approach. You need to go live, and trust me, I'm not thrilled about that myself, but every industry person that I respect has made it very clear, you're gonna have to go live. So you're gonna be seeing more of Best TV in the live section, that's for sure. But if you're not, do that. Replying to comments and community posts are also really important, I believe, in letting your subscribers know, like, hey, I just posted a new video, or there won't be a video today, or here's what's going on in my life. I think it's super important to do those things, but also comments, you know, you wanna engage with your community. You wanna learn about them too. It shouldn't be a one-sided approach. See what they want you to make. It makes your job easier when they tell you, hey, can you make a video on XYZ? So listen to them. These are the things in the last year that have significantly grown my channel. 200,000 of you beautiful besties. I'm so thankful that you decided to stay and click subscribe. And if you haven't, why not? You're already here. Let's hang out. Let me know if you have any additional tips down below that you would share with someone who wants to grow on YouTube, and definitely help each other out there. Otherwise, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and I'll see you guys next week.